Welcome to Sunday Mornings with Enlightenism. I'm Brother Malcolm,
I'm Sister Carolyn.
and we are here to share some Enlightenism insights with you about a new way to think and live. This broadcast and all of our broadcasts deal with Enlightenism, a new way to think and live. This is a new spiritual experience. Here's Sister Carolyn. She's going to get us started. She's an Enlightenism practitioner, teacher, and she conducts workshops on Enlightenism and a new way to think and live. How to create a new family. She even talks about that, folks. So here she is, Sister Carolyn.
Thank you, Brother Malcolm. As Brother Malcolm says, I am Sister Carolyn, and I welcome you to our broadcast. I'm an Enlightenism teacher and consciousness practitioner, and that is what I do all the time. That is what my life work is about. When we have chosen our life's work, it's not just something we do sometimes, it's something that we do all the time. It's kind of like an artist. They take in the beauty, or they take in what is happening in a scene that they're painting, and it is from their own awareness. We may look at the painting and we may not see as much as they have put into the painting. Maybe we didn't notice something that they did. And as a practitioner, and as a consciousness practitioner, and as a teacher, this is what I do in my life when I am talking with my family. When I enter into anything, this is who I am all of the time. And my awareness of being about certain things may not jump out at me all the time, all at once. But what I know is my life work is about my awareness and using the greater power that is within me, the greater power that I was born with. I was born whole, perfect, and complete, faceless, formless, and colorless, and I have everything that I will ever need for the journey. This is the same thing I know when I'm counseling anyone and when I'm teaching anyone. We are our beliefs, and when we have been taught that we're a part of something that we have to conform to, that we have to feel bad about conforming to, we don't know just what to do. And that is where Enlightenism comes in. When you have had enough pain in your life, and when you understand that the outside influences that you have used to govern your life no longer work, no matter how many people say it, and no matter how much you've been told that. You understand that you've reached this point in your life where things are not working, where things are not working for you to be peaceful in your own life. And life for me is about being peaceful in my own life. It is about being clear in my own life. So when something enters my life and it causes any fragmentation, then I am aware of that fragmentation. And it is up to me to understand how I have involved that in my life and that I am still using it. And so the idea of Enlightenism is about a new way to think and live, using the power that you were born with. And when we're born, we are told who we are, how to act, what we should do, and all of these things to conform to the human existence so we can be a part of it and feel better. And when we don't feel better, we don't know why, because we're using everything that we've been taught. And the idea of Enlightenism is to step into the clarity of you, to step into the beingness of you. One of the things I say to my students When you are getting ready to go to a party, to an event, a dinner, out to dinner, or you're traveling, you take the time to select what you're going to wear, what you're going to bring. You take the time to do that. But all too often in our lives, we are undressed. And what I mean by that is that we don't bring our clarity, we don't bring our compassion, we don't bring our grace, we don't bring our understanding. We bring what others have taught us to events, to family dinners, to relationships. That's what we bring. We don't bring the clarity and freedom of who we are. And when we know and learn how to properly, and I say properly, and maybe I should say comfortably, present ourselves to ourselves, because we're not so much presenting to someone else as we are of claiming the freedom of our beingness. And when we know that we have enough compassion, when we know that we are working on having enough compassion for ourselves, then and only then can we have compassion for others. When we are working on grace for ourselves, then and only then do we know we have enough grace to give. We have enough forgiveness. We have enough clarity. We have enough of this beingness. That we are not standing in anger. We're not standing in some form of it's my way or the highway. We're standing in our own clarity about who we are. And so as an Enlightenism, as an Enlightenist, teaching and bringing Enlightenism to everything that I be, do, and say, it is important for me to understand wherever I am, if I call myself a teacher, if I call myself a lawyer, if I call myself a doctor, if I call myself a mother, a father, a grandmother, whatever I call myself. You see, the beingness of Enlightenism has to be in every fiber of that beingness. And when you understand that, then you understand what you are bringing to the table. If you're a doctor and you're operating on a patient or seeing a patient, what do you bring to the table? Do you bring your stereotypes? Do you bring the information that others have given you? Or do you start with asking that patient, how are they feeling? How are they being in their own life? That tells you who they are. And what do they want their health picture to be? What do you want your health picture to be? How do you see yourself as a healthy human being? Or do you see yourself as a healthy human being? What can you do to provide that health in your life? These are the thoughts of an Enlightenism being, of an Enlightenist, when you are bringing something to the table. It's not about your opinions and judgments. It is about you knowing and understanding what you are providing. As a parent, I provide support to my children. And that support is around clarity. That support is sometimes questioning. When they bring a problem to me, it's not about leaving the problem with me. It's not my problem. I don't pick it up, and I don't need to manage it. It is the questions that I ask them. How are you feeling in this day? How are you feeling about the decisions that you are making? And where do you think these decisions are coming from? Those are questions that open up this portal that we call Enlightenism, this power of being, this power of understanding that you are born whole, perfect, and complete, faceless, formless, and colorless, and you have everything that you will ever need for the journey. I don't want to use my anger up. I don't want to use anger as a part of who I am. I understand that when anger appears, it is about healing myself into wholeness, into the peace and the joy that I want to see in my life. It is about asking yourself, what creates happiness in your life? What makes you happy? When I was asked this question many years ago, I had no idea. And so I would bring in all of these things that had been put out into the world. Traveling made me happy. Getting new clothes, having a new car, having a bigger house, having the right job. Those were things that I was attached to, that I thought made me happy and created happiness in my life. I am not saying there is a right and wrong answer. What I am simply saying is, by knowing who you are and being who you are, you bring into your life with Enlightenism that freedom of being. That is what Brother Malcolm and I speak about. We live this. We not only talk about it. It's time now for Brother Malcolm to bring his portion of the Enlightenism broadcast to you. So I introduce Brother Malcolm, speaker, teacher, and counselor of Enlightenism and creator of Enlightenism. Brother Malcolm, all of those things.
Thank you, Sister Carolyn.
You're so welcome.
For getting us started. I love it, folks, with Enlightenism. I'm Brother Malcolm. Welcome to another broadcast on Enlightenism. Sister Carolyn shared some wonderful insights with you, thought-provoking insights on Enlightenism and a new way to think and live. And so I'm going to continue to talk about a new way to think and live. My insights today focus on when you feel like you can't go any further in life, the problems seem to overwhelm you, turn to the power that's within you, the consciousness of truth that will never ever leave you. It is always available to you in the present moment. It's always there, folks. But when we hold on to the past and past accomplishments of other people, we begin to idolize them. And we do so by disconnecting ourselves from this power. The power is not in the past, it's always in the present. You're not a victim, you're not a slave, you're not a victim of any racial discrimination, except your beliefs are telling you this because you believe it. And when you believe it, you succumb to what other people are telling you about who you are. You are greater than the person that you have been taught to believe. Let go, cut the chain, break the link to the past. Discover in the present moment that you are greater than the person that you're currently aware of being. You're greater. And you have this power in you that's always available to you for power and clarity and freedom. Freedom of the mind. So you're free today. In this moment, you have freedom. And when you deny yourself the freedom in the present moment, you succumb to the victimization of the past. Millions of people in the country where I'm living today believe that because of their race and color and gender and age and so forth, that they are powerless to do what they were created to do. Regardless of where you are today, regardless of your race, your color, your gender, your age, or how you're feeling today, you can go within yourself and transform those feelings and create a new energetic person. The power in you is capable of doing it. It's greater than all of the gimmicks that you see outside that people are advertising for you to do. You can heal yourself and your mind by trusting this power within you. And that's what I'm talking about today. There are no victims in Enlightenism. There are no sad stories in Enlightenism. It is only creativity in the present moment. It's in the present moment. The power. You do not have to search in the past for this power. The power is in you. You don't need anyone to describe the power for you. You don't have to go back into the past. You will understand when you work in the consciousness within you. You will understand the meaning of the Buddha when the Buddha is talking about the Four Noble Truths and the way out of the pain and suffering in your life. You will understand what Jesus the Christ meant when he was talking about being born again. You will not have to ask anyone to interpret these things for you. You will have the answers yourself because you will dwell in the consciousness where the answers exist. That's what I'm talking about today. In the consciousness where the answers exist, the solution to all of your problems is in you. I know that seemed like, wow, I thought I was going to find it at Harvard, Yale, Stanford, or Cal Berkeley. That's where I thought I would find the answers. No, you're not. The answer's within you. And when we let go of the greatness of the past, the accomplishments of the past, see, that's what this world is built on. This world that we're living in is built upon things in the past, the greatness of people in the past for us to idolize. And then we diminish our own power in the present. We are very powerful. And you have this power in you. It's when you choose to let go of the power and succumb to what others are telling you about you, who you are. Folks, that's when you disappear into the nothingness of toxicity. Then you begin to believe, I can't do these things. I'm powerless to do it. All of these they meaning the external world, will not allow me to do it. No, they will not allow you to do it. But the power within you will. That's what I'm talking about. No one will allow you to be the great person that you are, that you were born to be. But you can allow yourself. Look at yourself and say, I am great. Get out of this little box of the past and think that the only options for you is to follow what other people are talking about. You have to go within yourself and discover who you were created to be. Who did the God within you create you to be? What is your purpose in the world? And it's not what the things that you may think it is. It's not about all of those things. It's not about working in no corporation. It's not about all of the things that you have been taught to believe about entertainment and sports and all of these other things. It's not about a stock market. You were not born and created by divine power to work in the New York Stock Exchange. You were not. You were created to do something far greater that transcends all of this. You were not created to be a medical doctor to get caught up in all of the bureaucracy of formalized medicine and all of the things that people have to go through in order to get treatment. You were not created for that. If you're a medical doctor, you were created to bring something new into the world. If you believe that you are a minister, you were created to bring something new into the world. Something in the present moment. Something where you can live in the present moment, not in the past. It's not, you're in the past, you're in darkness. You're living with dead people. But in Enlightenism, you are alive. And that's what Sister Carolyn and I are talking about, being alive in the present moment. I encourage all of you that seek a new way to think and live. Check out on the internet, YouTube, wherever you are, Enlightenism. Just type into your browser Enlightenism, Brother Malcolm Kelly's Enlightenism Insights.
And see what comes up.
And then you will see some of the work that we're doing. We're not promoting victimization. We're promoting Enlightenism, a new way to think and live, and that the greater power of God exists in you. Seek it out. Not something that somebody told you. Discover this power so you're able to transform your life into a new awareness of being.
A new way to think and live.
A new way to think and live. Check us out again, folks. We'll be back again with another exciting broadcast. Have a great day. I'm Brother Malcolm.
I'm Sister Carolyn.